Thank you, Arinia. Thank you, Charlie Kirk. And thank you to all the Bondi Beach victims. G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. Now, I've been wanting to make this video for a long time to really give my story on how I got motivated to speak up for Australians and all the countries in the West or around the world that are going through similar situations that we are all going through. So I thought I'd start my story by Iryna, the beautiful young lady who was radically killed on a bus, which shocked the world. This shocked me so much because she had so much life to give. She was, just minding her own business, hiding, not doing anything wrong on her way home from work, and was brutally killed on that bus, which was just shocking to me, and I couldn't believe it. And the aftermath of that really opened my eyes to a lot of things that I already knew, but it just massively reinforced it. That the media tried to twist it every way they could to say it wasn't racially motivated, which clearly it was if you've seen the video. They also tried to not report on it because it didn't fit their narrative. And many other things, people online dismissing it. It opened my eyes to, crazy lunatics like this person being let out on bail over and over again, and then eventually killing someone. These judges should be held accountable by law for negligence. And that's what happens in Australia over and over again. If you don't know, Australia is ridiculous, especially where I live in Melbourne, of letting people out on bail after hundreds of offences. It's ridiculous until they do a crime that's too serious that the judge cannot let them out on bail. So thank you, Arinia, for giving me a voice and motivating me to speak up. It was probably one of the most shocking things I've seen online, and just resonated with me so much to start posting on all my social medias, my personal ones, just to voice my opinion and say this is enough, this is disgraceful, this is sickening, I can't believe this. So thank you again. The next one was Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, it was shocking. I've seen some of his videos, like I didn't watch him a lot, but just the reaction after he was killed for speaking up in his own opinions by the crazy left was sickening. They were celebrating, TV hosts were celebrating, they were saying ha ha ha, all this disgusting behaviour after someone was just brutally killed who has a family, friends, loved ones. It's just ridiculous. And regardless, how could you do that just because you don't want someone speaking? And it showed me how violent the other side are, and that we need to speak up against it. Because if you follow the media, it's always normally the opposite side doing all these protests, doing all these attacks, yet the mainstream media constantly tries to blame the right, which is just ridiculous. And the right nowadays is just normal Australians. So, normal people in America, normal people in Europe. If you just don't have radical left views, you're considered right-wing. If you don't want mass immigration that your country can't handle, you're right-wing. If you don't want cultures that hate you and hate your country in your country, you're right-wing. All this stuff makes you right-wing, which is ridiculous. So thank you, Charlie Kirk, for giving me more of a voice and just motivating me even more. And the final straw that broke the camel's back was definitely the Bondi Beach victims. After that happened, on my home soil, where I used to always go to the beach in Sydney, where I lived there, used to always go to those shops. After that happened, I tell you what, it lit a fire under me that you cannot extinguish, and we will keep speaking up as Australians, because you can see all this happening overseas, and I was already so upset about it, and I could see what was happening in my country already with normal crime out of control. And then when this happened, and how the politicians tried to twist it and bring up the far right in every interview after a radical terrorist has done an attack that has nothing to do with Australians, and then start blaming Australians, it's just ridiculous. And trying to say, no, it's fine, let's just do more laws, more gun control, more freedom of speech laws. They never mention who they're bringing in the country and getting these radicals out. As a leader, the first step should have been, we're going to review everyone who's come in lately, see what they're up to, see what views they believe in, and if they're against Australia and have these radical views, they need to go, and we need to stop bringing these people in our country that hate us and want to do this type of stuff. But no, that wasn't the reaction. It was all, let's just restrict guns. They only need one, and that's it. So It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it made me so upset and so angry that the government had this response, and the people are still upset. The people have been speaking up. You can see on my channel, we just hit over 12,000 subscribers. So thank you so much. The support has been amazing. I know it's not just from Australians. I know I mainly base my videos to my Australian followers. That's because mainly the topics I cover in Australia are Australian topics, but it resonates with everyone because every Western country is going through the same situations. That's why I watch plenty of political American channels, just because, you know, it's it relates to you. Very similar cultures and everything. Cultures are the same. Surprise, surprise. But and going through the same issues that these leaders are doing. So yeah, we really need a change. It's just ridiculous. I can't believe everything that's happened this year. Obviously, there's lots more. These were the big ones for me. I would love for you to comment down below what big things happened for you this year that really motivated you to speak up for your country and for your fellow Australian people. But yeah, thank you again to all the victims of these tragedies this year. I can't believe it's happened. Like I said, I'll just recap it again quickly. But Arinia getting killed really showed me how the media and the legal system has failed. I know it's America, but we all know, you can look at the legal systems, they are all intertwined and very similar. Trump over there is doing a great job trying to fix it all. Thank God someone's trying to do it. Even on the crazy left try and bash him. In Australia, mainstream media would never say a good word about him. He'll stop a war and they'll say, oh yeah, next story, next story. So yeah, that's a big problem over there. So thank you so much for opening my eyes to that and how they'll twist it and how they don't even want to report on it if it doesn't fit their narrative. Charlie Kirk just showing you how radical the other side is and why we need to speak up. It does worry me, you know, like I'm speaking up quite a lot and getting a lot of attention. So thank you for all the support, and I'm happy to do that because I need to stick up. I know it puts you in the spotlight and it can be dangerous, especially with these radical left people that want to do violence, but I'm going to keep speaking up because our country needs it. And thank you for sharing these videos, subscribing and liking to help boost these videos to the more of the broader public. And then of course Bondi Beach was, I'm still like, I can't, it's such an emotional response speaking about it that you can't even get words out. Especially being in Australia where we don't normally have these mass attacks like this. So to see it starting and all the violence happening and all the crime, and the politicians' reaction just to put in more laws and not just, we have laws, we could have just acted on these radicals right now, but they just want to do more censorship and laws, just doesn't sit right with me. And I need to speak up about it and call out these politicians until they start acting right. Anyway, like I said, comment down below what impacted you this year. Thank you to everyone I've spoken about. You've really motivated the world to speak up that we've had enough. So it's amazing I can have the internet and have these views out there for everyone. So please keep sharing these videos, and I'll see you in the next one. And I hope you have an amazing next year. I hope New Year's is amazing, and let's just keep getting better and better and fix this country for the good.